It was late October on the island of Sodor. All of the engines were working hard. There was going to be a big Halloween party set up by Sir Topham Hatt. The engines were delivering supplies and workmen to the site of the party. There were plenty of jobs to do, and everyone was busy. Jobs aplenty, 5 to 20 jobs for everyone. Jobs galore, and still there's more. There's jobs that must be done. Train it, you name it, then we all believe the Halloween party will be ready on All Hallows Eve. The job for mainline engines and branch line engines too. Jobs for workmen in the grounds and party games to set up. And that's who's trying hardest to do more than the rest. Jobs aplenty, 5 to 20 jobs for everyone. Jobs galore, and still there's more. There's jobs that must be done. Train it, you name it, then we all believe the Halloween party will be ready on a Hallows Eve. Emily and Jordan taking workmen there. James and Edward pulling sweets while Henry's at the docks. And Toby drop us candy for kiddies to eat. Jobs aplenty, 5, 10, 20 jobs for everyone. Jobs galore, and still there's more. There are jobs that must be done. Train it, you name it, then we all believe the Halloween party will be ready on a Hallows Eve. Jobs aplenty, 5, 10, 20 jobs for everyone. Jobs galore, and still there's more. There's jobs that must be done. Train it, you name it, then we all believe the Halloween party will be ready on All Hallows Eve. The Halloween party will be ready on All Hallows Eve. One late afternoon, Thomas and Percy were pulling a train of supplies for the merry-go-round.
"This is ridiculous,"
said Wooden Railway Thomas.
"I don't want to be part of the party. We have jobs to do in our dimension too, you know."
"Oh, shut up," said Percy. "You'll be fine working here."
"But the stupid children will ruin my paintwork,"
whined Wooden Railway James. "At least you will make them happy," added Thomas.
"Well,"
thought Wooden Railway Percy,
"as long as the children are happy, we are happy."
"That's the spirit," said Thomas, and together he and Percy puffed and chuffed to the site of the Halloween party. Soon, the two engines arrived, and the workmen unloaded the carousel equipment. Thomas left to go to the sheds, while Percy took the trucks to collect some candy for the party. As Thomas puffed on his way home to the sheds, he began to wonder, what should my Halloween costume be? As more days went by, more work was completed. The party grounds were looking better than ever, and everyone was excited. Soon, everything was done, and the engines gathered around Timothy's sheds to hear Edward's scary story. "Hello, everyone," said Edward. "Thank you all for coming." "I hope the story will actually be scary," said Thomas. "Oh, it will," said Edward in his mysterious voice, and so it began. "So it is common knowledge that we are just toys, and there are many other Plarails and Trackmasters just like us." "I thought this was supposed to be a scary story," interrupted Thomas. "Shut up," said James. "We want to hear the story." "Oh, it will be spooky, Thomas," said Edward politely, "because this ghost story is about you." "Well, not you specifically. It is about another Plarail Thomas. There once was a boy who loved his toy Thomas. He did everything with him. He took him to the park, he took him in the car, and he even slept with that little Thomas. They were best friends. Until one day, the boy left. He had grown older and left to go to college. He left that poor little Thomas all alone in the darkness of his closet. One day, little Thomas did see the light again, but he was picked out for a garage sale put on by the boy's mother. Thomas knew that he might never get to play with the once loving boy again. He was worthless. But then, something happened. He was hit by the boy's mom, and the motor turned on. Thomas fell off the table, and he puffed away from his old owner's house. He puffed, and he chuffed along the city streets, looking for someone who wanted him. But the more he continued on, he grew more tired, and became more dirtier. He just kept going, and going, and going, until his battery died. He could not move. He was stuck in place. And after that event, he was never heard from again. They say he's still out there, under a cloak of white, looking for someone to love and care for him. He won't stop, dead or alive. There was a long silence. "That was not scary," said Thomas. "I thought it was," Percy said, shivering. "Pah! I bet you were the only one who was freaked out." "No, Henry looked scared." Are you all right, Henry?" asked Gordon. "No," said Henry nervously, "because I think I've seen that ghost engine." "Rubbish," said James. "It is not rubbish," Henry said. "It was last Halloween when I was playing the flying flying kipper." "Ooh, what was that?" "Oh no, Henry, it's a ghost." "You silly little..." "What was that?" "Okay, I swear, that was not me." Ah! "And that's what happened." "Huh," said Thomas. "I was wondering why you looked so spooked. Are you saying that he's real?" "Maybe," said Henry. "I don't know. I just hope it wasn't him." "Anyway, guys," said Edward, "it is time to go get some sleep. We've got a busy day ahead of us." And that is what they did. It was finally Halloween on the island of Sodor, and it was a busy day indeed. The big engines were pulling loads of passengers, and the little engines were delivering extra candy for the party. But soon, the Halloween party was ready for opening, and the children began to arrive. All the engines were going to attend too. They were getting their Halloween costumes all organized when Sir Topham Hatt came to the sheds. "I am sorry to interrupt your preparations," said Sir Topham Hatt, "but there is a load of empty trucks by the party grounds that need to be moved. Thomas, Percy, can you please move them?" "But what about our costumes?" asked Percy. "We're not ready yet." "Don't worry about him, sir," said Thomas. "Percy's just being a scaredy engine." "I am not." "We'll be happy to take the train, sir." "Thank you," said Sir Topham Hatt, and with that he left. "What's wrong, Percy?" asked Thomas cheekily. "Scared the ghost engine will find you?" "I am not scared." Now, you two," said Edward. "The sooner you get to work, the sooner you can come and enjoy the party." "All right," said Thomas. "Come on, Percy." And the two engines puffed to the party. When Thomas and Percy arrived, the party director was waiting. "I need you to take these trucks to Wellsworth," he said, "just on the other side of the hill." "Yes, sir," said Thomas. "Yes, sir," whimpered Percy. "Hey, Percy," said Thomas, "you go in front and I'll push from behind." "What? No, you go in front. You're not scared, right?" "I am not." "So I will go in front then." "Good," said the director. "Now please get a move on." So Percy coupled up in front and Thomas puffed to the back of the train. And with that, they were off. The further the two engines puffed, the darker it seemed to get. Percy was now getting afraid indeed, and to make things worse, Thomas started singing.
What's that just around the corner? Something in the rocks and trees. Slowly, slowly getting closer. Makes you want to puff and wheeze. Monsters everywhere hiding in the trees. Just behind the rocks blowing in the breeze. Monsters everywhere doing as they please. They try to scare you. Is your boiler getting colder as you slowly puff around? Must be brave, you must be bolder. It's no more than silly sounds. Monsters everywhere hiding in the trees. Just behind the rocks blowing in the breeze. Monsters everywhere doing as they please. They try to scare you. Look out, look out, they're all about where? Look out, look out, they're all about where? Look out, look out, they're all about where? Oh, that's not so scary. Monsters everywhere hiding in the trees. Just behind the rocks blowing in the breeze. Monsters everywhere doing as they please. They try to scare you. Monsters everywhere hiding in the trees. Just behind the rocks blowing in the breeze. Monsters everywhere doing as they please. They try to scare you.
The two soon arrived at Gordon's Hill. They began to huff and chuff over the hill, working very hard, and at last they reached the top. They started to speed down when they saw an interesting sight. "That's strange," said Percy. "The signal is red." "There shouldn't be any other engines on our line," said Thomas. "The signalman must have fallen asleep." "What was that? Who's there?" "Ah! Reverse! Reverse!" "I've got you now." "Oh no!" "No, not my cloak. Power." Thomas and Percy's eyes were wide. In front of them was the ghost Plarail Thomas. The two did not know what to say. They were too shocked. But then the ghost engine smiled. It wasn't an evil smile, but a kind smile. "Hello," he said. "I'm Thomas." "But I'm Thomas," said Thomas. He was very confused. "So," said Percy, "are you a ghost?" The other Thomas laughed. "No," he said. "I was just under my cloak of evil power. I had just ran out of battery when a white claw flew right on top of me. Little did I know that that cloak would not just give me the power to keep moving, but it would also turn me evil. So I continued on, looking for someone to love, or maybe someone to kill. But then, one day, I stopped in front of the director's house. Who's the director? Asked Thomas. He's the guy who plays with us and makes the stories. Oh, said Percy. Anyway, your director found me and decided to use me in one of his stories. In that story, I was allowed to scare the living daylights out of Henry. So that explains what happened last Halloween, said Thomas. I guess, said the other Thomas. Say, thought Thomas, I wonder if you can join us. You mean, join you guys on your crazy adventures? Sure, why not? But we have a problem, said Percy. We still need to deliver these trucks, and if you do want to join, we can't just call you Other Thomas. How about Ronald? That would be a good name if my original owner's name wasn't Ronald. Thomas thought again. I can't think of any other good names. You can think of Ronald, but no other names, said Percy. Hey, thinking of names isn't as easy as it sounds, said Thomas. Suddenly, he had an idea. Why don't we call you Rhomas? A combination of the names Thomas and Ronald. I like that idea, said Rhomas. Let's use it. Okay, said Percy, but can we please take these trucks to Wellsworth now? Of course, Thomas said. So Rhomas buffered up to Percy, and the 3 engines started off. In no time at all, they were at the station. The station master was waiting. Oh my goodness, he cried. Thomas, what happened to you? He's not Thomas, laughed Percy. He's our new friend Rhomas, said Thomas. Oh, there you are, Thomas. Whew, you gave me a scare right there. Suddenly, an idea flew into Thomas's funnel. I have an idea to spook Sir Topham Hatt at the party. Percy, you go first, and then Rhomas follows behind him while I... Oh, said Rhomas, I see what you're trying to say. We can scare this Sir Topham Hatt by making him think I'm you. The 3 engines asked the station master, and he agreed. I'll call and let them know you are coming. So Percy, Thomas, and Rhomas puffed as fast as they could to the party. When the 3 arrived, Sir Topham Hatt was given a speech. Boys and girls, thank you all for coming. It is a shame that Thomas and Percy are not here yet. They will miss the fireworks. Okay, go now, whispered Thomas. Beep, beep. Oh, there's Percy and... Oh my gosh! The children screamed. Beep, beep. Here I am, sir. Oh, thank goodness, sighed Sir Topham Hatt. He looked at Rhomas. If that's Thomas, then who are you? I'm Rhomas, said Rhomas, and Thomas and Percy are my friends. Well, I can see that, said Sir Topham Hatt. Say, sir, I was wondering. Yes, Rhomas? Could I join your railway? I would like to work with my new friends. Sir Topham Hatt pondered. I do need another engine on Thomas's branch line. I mean, it has been forever since we've had another engine, so... Yes, you can join the railway. Oh, thank you, sir, said the 3 engines at the same time. All of the children cheered. And with that, said Sir Topham Hatt, let the fireworks begin. Ooh, special. The fireworks were wonderful. Everyone was happy. But none could be more happier than Percy, Thomas, and Rhomas.